Hello everyone, this is Larry Everett. I am the Star Wars The Old Republic columnist over at Massively, and I'm going to show you a little bit of Star Wars The Old Republic's Update 1.2. As you know, there's a lot of changes with this game, content-wise, and especially with the user interface. And people have asked, how in the world did you set up your UI? And here we go. It's on the test server right now on PTS. You can go check it out yourself and have your own fun with it. It is a large download, so I do recommend that you have some time set aside just for downloading. Maybe do it while you're at work or something along that line. But anyway, I wanted to show you a little bit of how I'm setting this up. As you can see here, what I've done, because I like to have everything kind of central to the action, so I don't have to take my eyes off the action. One of the main things that I do here is I take my quick bars and I set them up at the top, kind of up top center above my character, so I have enough room to still see the targets that I have and the general action around the screen, but also I can keep the quick bars within my eyesight. As you can see there, they're probably like 3 or 4 heads above my character there. And then, secondary, I think that the most important thing is to then have your character's information and your target's information very visible. Also, again, putting it in the center is very appropriate. As you can see, I was messing around there with this one right here is the target bar, and then the blue area. Well, actually, that's the target bar, by the way. That is very important if you're ever a healer, or if you're ever even for DPS for that matter, you want to be able to have the target very visible and clickable if necessary. And the secondary one is that blue one that I was moving around there. That is the primary target set for your group. And I want you to notice what I'm doing here is this is a third quick bar that I'm enabling, and as you can see, you can these quick bars, you can actually change the number of rows that they have, as well as where they move. So there's not always it doesn't always have to be a single it doesn't always have to be a single row. So as you see there, I kind of set another one in the center these are my clickables, the ones that I rarely ever use, but I do definitely want to see if I have if they're available. I was originally going to use that for my reactionary abilities or also my the ones that are on long cooldowns. I was going to put those there, but as it turned out, as I kept playing for a while, it didn't exactly work that way. So I ended up leaving those on the standard toolbar. And you also saw that I was messing around with the toolbar for my companion as well. I do like to have most of those abilities visible, even though I don't click on them. I do like to know what the companion is doing at specific times. These that I'm messing around with now are mostly for PvP. They're areas that come up, like the objectives and whatnot. Those are usually where you see those. This little guy right there is a combat indicator, and as you can see, the way I have it now, the party frames are over to the side, and ultimately I ended up going against having the party frames over the side. I actually replaced the party frames with where my player frame is right now. But one of the things I am pointing out here is that you can save it, and I saved that one as my standard, and there you go. That's my first incarnation. You can't quite see through the quick bars, so I'm adjusting that alpha right there. I set it down to 50 initially. I think I eventually went down to about 40%. Yeah, and this way I can, because I don't click on the enemies and whatnot, I am able to adjust. I am actually able to have the quick bars almost on top of my character, so I can see through it. I usually tab target for everything, and as you can see here, I'm messing around, just trying to. I really want a place for these abilities that I only call on one time, but I want to make sure that I can see them. And usually, and that guy right there is my channeled heal that I use during cooldowns, and that's also hotkeyed. Now that's one thing that you don't see here is you don't see my hotkeys that I actually eventually did later. And did you notice I don't exactly like having my sprint, my stance, and my buff on the center bar there? And so what I do is I use that fourth quick bar because these are things I don't use very often, so I'm trying to find a place to put this that kind of makes sense, and the only place really that I can find is that upper left-hand corner. So yeah, so I put it there. It's, it works. I don't really need it. These are, like I said, I was just experimenting at this point, but that's pretty much it. That's really, see, I moved those abilities over there right now. Anyway, that is the way that I have it. I'd really like to see some of your guys' ideas. Send me screenshots and whatnot, and tell me what you think.